All right, man. I made a community post on my Swish Out channel basically saying how going forward, all of my videos like this will be on this channel, mainly because if I want to, it's very easy for me to flood the Swish Out channel simply with just all of these type of videos because I'm super excited to talk about the games as they happen. I still will be on camera on that channel, just not as much. And on this channel, it's going to be more raw, unfiltered, just me. But let's get into the games. Man, Minnesota, they're going to oppose some real problems for San Antonio. I feel like all year for San Antonio, there's been one big ass question. This team is young. This team hasn't been here before. We got to see how this team responds when they get punched in the face. I feel like they responded very, very well against Portland, but against a team that's very, very battle tested, a team that's been together, a team that's been in the last two conference finals. It's going to be a challenge. With Minnesota, I'm realizing I do not really care about their regular seasons. I don't care about Ant and Chris Finch having their differences. I don't care if they lose a few games in the regular season. This team is simply a playoff rising team. Chris Finch is a playoff rising coach. Anthony Edwards is a playoff rising player. Rudy Gobert, through all the bad moments. I've seen some people in my community post saying, bro, I appreciate you for deleting that Rudy Gobert slander. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't look at Rudy Gobert like I did in 2021 when he played with Utah with Donovan Mitchell and he was the butt of everybody's jokes. Hell no. I don't look at him like that. Absolutely not. The trade looks great. His impact looks amazing. How Minnesota has become one of the best defensive teams since he's been there, and that's been their identity and a key factor as to why they keep getting to conference finals is important. So hell yeah, Rudy Gobert, he deserves all the praise he's getting. And with this Minnesota team, I don't know exactly what it is. I don't even know if you can coach this, but it feels like they all play with this. It's like they all have an ounce of Ant in them. It's like they all take on the personality to some extent of Anthony Edwards. Terrence Shannon Jr., man, I understand why Minnesota loves this man so much. This dude is just a dog. He gets downhill. He doesn't care. He puts pressure on the rim. If you look at social media right now, they're kind of praising Wemby a lot because Wemby had 11 points, 15 rebounds, 12 blocks, broke the block record. Cool. Minnesota did not care. They did not care. They still attacked every single possession. They still put pressure on Wemby every single possession. Terrence Shannon Jr. still got downhill every single time. Jaden McDaniels, really all playoffs, hasn't really been shooting the ball great from deep, but he can put the ball on the floor and get to his mid-range shot, and he's 6'9". Jaden McDaniels, I see a lot of people talking about De'Aaron Fox and how much he struggled, and he did. But Jaden McDaniels defensively, how he picks up De'Aaron Fox 94 feet and makes his job hell way before he even crosses the half-court line, that's impacting their offense. I feel like both of these teams was excellent defensively, especially in those first three quarters. In the fourth quarter, it felt like San Antonio really couldn't get a stop against Minnesota. But if you look at San Antonio and that game 4 and that game 5 against Portland and how the series really tilted to San Antonio's direction, a lot of that was how tenacious they were defensively and how that translated into their offense. They stopped everything Portland wanted to do, and their offense really ate and fed off of that. Well, now against Minnesota, they're playing a team that's just as defensively sound. They're playing a team that's just as defensively disciplined. They're playing a team that's just as defensively prideful. And San Antonio simply just can't overwhelm Minnesota with how great they are defensively and all the runs and all the good plays they get simply off of how many stops they get. Why? Because Minnesota can do the exact same thing. This team simply has dogs. Wemby, if you look at his stat line, I believe he had like 11 points, 15 rebounds, 12 blocks, broke the block record, but it didn't demoralize Minnesota at all. They didn't stop getting downhill. They didn't stop attacking Wemby. They didn't stop going at his chest. They do not care. They play everyone the exact same. Maybe not OKC, but everyone else, they play everyone the exact same. Mike Conley, shout out to Mike Conley. This man literally outplayed De'Aaron Fox, and it felt like he came in and hit big shots, timely shots, the most momentum shifting shots. And you really see why veterans are needed, especially in these type of environments. And I'm sorry, De'Aaron Fox, every single time you don't play your best, and I know you're going to have a really tough matchup with Jaden McDaniels and how he harasses you. Man, Jaden McDaniels, this dude just plays with an energy that you just have to love. And De'Aaron Fox, I'm sorry, bro. You're 28 years old. Like, you got drafted with Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo. Like, you're a vet in this league. You can't just blend in with Wemby and Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. And it looks very, very bad every single time you struggle. And Dylan Harper comes off the bench, their second overall pick, who's kind of awkwardly waiting for you to kind of get out the way. And he adds a spark that you just can't. Also, Chris Finch, I love how he played Anthony Edwards and how their staff used Anthony Edwards. In the first half, he didn't really play that many minutes. I believe he only played like 25 minutes total in the game. And in that second half, and specifically that fourth quarter, Anthony Edwards came in with juice and basically carried and willed them to that win. Also for Chris Finch, I love that he didn't get too caught up into the whole Rudy Gobert Wemby thing. Okay, who's the best Frenchman defensive player? Like, who really cares? Like, we understand all that stuff. Rudy Gobert mentored Wemby, seen him grow up. Cool, that's cool. But in the fourth quarter, I love how they went small and brought Nas Reed in and stretched out Wemby a bit to open up that paint. In Minnesota, they don't just have selective drivers and downhill getters. No, they're not just doing it against Denver with Jokic, who has no rim resistance. Cool, Wemby's going to block 12 shots. We do not care. We're still going to attack his ass. And defensively on Wemby, man, if your best player is your big against Minnesota, that can be a bit of a problem. Because obviously they have Rudy Gobert, one of the best anchors ever. But also they have Julius Randle, who's physical and who can rough Wemby up a bit. Nas Reed, who can be a body for Wemby. Jaden McDaniels, who can provide some type of length. This team is not even whole. And again, they still have the personnel to match with a team that their best player runs through their big. And most importantly with Minnesota, man, you cannot discount the fact that, again, they've been here. San Antonio has not been here. So in those crucial moments in that fourth quarter when stuff was nip and tuck, Minnesota just looked like the more seasoned team. Minnesota looked like the more experienced team. Minnesota looked like they didn't really care about the crowd. And San Antonio, they really just got punched in the face. I believe Minnesota had like 5 or 6 players in double figures. Anthony Edwards obviously was their best player when it mattered most. And Julius Randle, man, San Antonio, I don't really know if they have a consistent body to throw at Julius. Stephon Castle fouled out. He fouled out basically fucking with Julius. You don't want Wemby fouling out, and Wemby roams and obviously anchors the paint. So Julius Randle really can have his way in this series if he wants. Julius Randle can really live at the free throw line if he wants. And again, for San Antonio, that might be a bit of an issue. They say a playoff series doesn't even start until a team wins on the opposing team's home court, and hell, it happened already. This is going to be a fantastic series, and it's probably going 7. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, because like I said, all of these type of videos will be here. Follow my Twitter. That's why I'm very active at tweeting. Follow my IG. Do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, as always, stay tuned.